Riverside.
Hello and welcome
Hello,
to
everyone.
the long-awaited episode, which is episode 3 of the podcast. Now, we can only apologise for how long we've been away. I can only apologise for how long I've been away.
I was going to say it's all you, not meant to do with me.
It is all my fault, yeah. I've just been busy, you know, and sometimes life gets ahead of you. And I have been busy. So, but we're back. We are back. And we're glad to be back. So there's a few things since the last one that we need to talk about. Firstly, we would like to talk about the Champions Trophy and England's performance, everyone's performance, players that we thought were good, players that we thought weren't very good. And we'll see where that takes us. What other topics have we got today, Kieran?
So you mentioned the Champions Trophy. We also have the England captain, ex-captain, Josh Butler, resigning. We can also glance over how England performed in the tournament. Who will be the new white ball England captain? We're going to have a glance debate, as we always do, about a topic that we will save for later. Then we have an important topic to me of F1 restarting next week. We are then also in the England topic, we're going to mention the 100 and maybe the IPL. Sorry, I had to say it that way. I would like to have a quick chat about Wembley and an important Mickey Mouse trophy coming up in April.
Up the posh.
Up the posh. And then we can finally have a mention about Toby's beloved Chesterfield finally winning a game, which I just found
we're going to
funny.
talk about Chesterfield.
Okay. Also, just to top off, we might quickly mention the darts, as it's been a while, and there's quite a few things happened.
And the Premier League, and the
the darts Premier League, the
football,
UK Open,
no, the Football Premier League,
the Football Premier League. Well, okay, let's get right into the episode. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are very back. The long anticipated. Is everyone excited? I'll take it as a yes.
Well, I don't know if you could tell, but for this one, I let Kieran take the ropes, and he's got the soundboard and the recording and everything. So it might be slightly different to the first two, but I like this.
That is ready to be set up.
First of all,
ready to be set up.
I think we've got to talk about the Champions Trophy because it's been. I didn't even know what it was until it started. To be honest with you,
Whoa, fake cricket fan! I know. Well,
it's just like a competition for the best 8 teams in the international rankings, really, isn't it? That's what it is.
It is.
Don't get me wrong. I like 50 over cricket. I think it's good. If it's a very important trophy, we didn't do very well, did we?
Honestly, I am joking about this. I've never heard of it until who did the tour we did first? India. Was it India tour we did?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the India tour. And I was talking about it during commentary there. I was like, oh, what's that? And then I found out more cricket. I went, oh, that's a trophy, isn't it?
I do have a lot to say about India. So obviously they won the tournament. And fair enough, they were the best side by quite a way. But I think they were dealt some helping hands by a certain international cricket confederation. In the fact
what do you mean by this?
They let them play all of their games in Dubai. Every single one. Because India refused to move. And the ICC are terrified of upsetting India because they bring in so much money. So what the actual... If Afghanistan or someone else had come in and said, we're just going to play in Dubai because we don't want to play in Pakistan, the ICC would have gone, okay, we'll kick you out and we'll bring in the next biggest nation because you can't just do that. But because it's India, they let them do it because they know they're bringing money, they'll bring in all the fans. Anywhere around the world, that's what they do.
I have a question for you. So if England turned around and went, we're not leaving Old Trafford, I don't think they can do that.
If the tournament was in, but the tournament was in Pakistan. All the games were played in Pakistan, apart from the games that India played, where they played them in Dubai because they don't want to play in Pakistan. After the semi-final, India, it was that there was the match between England and South Africa that meant absolutely nothing because we couldn't go through and South Africa were already through. But South Africa could play either India, New Zealand, or who was the other team that went through? Australia, was it? Must have been Australia. Yeah. So all of the teams had to fly to Dubai because they might be playing in Dubai. And as it turned out, South Africa and Australia weren't playing in Dubai. No. One of them was playing in Dubai, weren't they, actually, because they got beat by India to get to the final.
Loving the
So all of the teams fly to Dubai because they might be playing in Dubai, or because India don't fancy playing in Pakistan because they might not have the most fans in Pakistan because it's in Pakistan and it's the biggest rivalry in cricket, India-Pakistan. So I think they were helped out, and the fact that they played 3 games in the group stage and 2 in the semi-final and the final. You're playing on a pitch you've played on for 5 games. The advantage you have is absolutely massive. If you've played on a pitch for 5 games, you know what it does, you know the conditions, you know what it's like. Other teams might be coming to play. Well, obviously teams like New Zealand, obviously played on that pitch in the final, and that was it because they hadn't played India before that. So how is that fair? It's the first time on their pitch and it's India's 5th? That doesn't make any sense. But the ICC are scared to death of upsetting India because they bring in the most money out of everyone else.
Virat Kohli. It's the Virat Kohli.
He's in the trash bin. He's in the trash bin. We don't talk about Virat.
He's not in yet. You're doing yours.
He will be. Don't worry about that.
You're doing yours in episode 12, and that's at least a year away. So
yeah, that's a fair way away. Episode 12, isn't it?
Okay, you did slightly mention it, but how do you think that England went well with their tournament? Or actually, sorry, didn't go well?
I don't think we played very well, did we? I don't think we're a fantastic 50-over side. McCullum and the whole cricketing board at the moment are fixated on playing this Bazball, quick, got to score as many runs as possible. That's why Salt was useless. Because he tries to whack everything from ball go, and that's fine in T20 cricket. I don't mind Salt as a T20 player. As soon as you throw him in an ODI, when you need a little bit more, he can't do it, and he proved he couldn't do it. Duckett, however, played fantastic.
So you're saying bring Zach Crawley into the ODI team?
I'm not saying bring Zach Crawley, but I'm saying replace Salt. I don't know who you'd replace him with, but anyone but him at the moment. Bring back prime Jason Roy.
No, you know who'd be good opening? And you're going to go, what the hell
You're going to say Jacob
about?
Bethel, aren't you? Are you going to say Jacob Bethel?
Okay, next topic. Yes, that was my shout.
You love Jacob Bethel. Jacob Bethel. Yeah, he's someone I would like to see. He's definitely someone I'd like to see.
We mentioned England cricket. We had really, really big news about England cricket come out last week that Josh Buttler is going to step down as a white ball captain. One, I've seen 2 topics. Do you think Josh Buttler stays in the side as he's taken himself out of keeper? He's now taken himself out of keeper and put Phil Salt there or Jamie Smith, who Jamie Smith had a alright tournament. Philshot didn't, but yeah. But do you see Josh Butler sticking in that side?
I think he stops in the T20 side because he's a freak of nature and he's good like that. But I don't think you need him in the one-day side. I think there's better options out there. Well, like I saw some analysis after we lost to Afghanistan, and I can't remember. It was someone on BBC Sports said we picked the same amount of wicket keepers as we did pace bowlers for that game because we had Salt, who's a wicket keeper, Smith, who's a wicket keeper, Butler, who's a wicket keeper, and then we had obviously Wood, Archer, and Cars.
You know, someone randomly went Ben Duckett's a keeper. He's the same size as the wicket. It won't work very well, will it?
Yeah, but he could be a decent keeper. I think he's kept before, to be fair.
If someone top edged one, is he catching it?
I don't know. I've never seen him take a top edge. I just feel like he'll wear a helmet and he'll just be way too big for him. And I know I've seen him wear a helmet when he's batting, but like...
Can you say he wears a helmet every game that he opens?
Yeah, I know, but it's funny. He's like a bobblehead.
Who do you think the next white ball captain will be? Everyone's called it to be Harry Brook. Do you see that being the thing?
He's the obvious choice, isn't he, really?
Yeah, but England never go with the obvious choice, though.
Yeah, and sometimes I respect that, but we're in a position now that, like we said this the other day in one of the previous episodes. It might have been episode 2. It might have been one of the lost episodes.
We've done 3 episodes, mate, and this is the 3rd one, so it's either 1 or 2.
No, we've done 5 episodes, but only released 3 because we lost the other 2.
We actually only released 2, so this is the 3rd one.
Oh, we have said before that Brook would be a good captain. He was captain of his 100 side, but obviously 100 ball and 50 over cricket are very different. But I can see him being in the 50 over side for a very long time.
I saw someone call him too young to be captain at the moment. Maybe give him.
So.
Maybe give
him.
But
then Rob Key came out and said Stokes could do it.
No, he can't.
We rely too heavily on Stokes as a nation, I think.
I saw someone say, what's his name?
If you ever need a wicket, give the ball to Ben Stokes. If you ever need a batter, give the bat to Ben Stokes.
Yeah, but then he'll be bed injured for the next 2 months if he bowls.
Yeah, true.
Who's the spinner? Who's the spinner they always put in the team? What's his name? Rashid. The one that Adil Rashid.
I love Adil Rashid. He's probably too old.
No, but he's still in the side. He's still in the side, though.
And he's probably not captain material because he would have been captain already if he was captain material, I think. There's some people who've just got it and there's some people who haven't. Right.
I saw someone say Mark Woods, but then I saw one of the comments being just the stick man who just like slaps in half and just went, "This is Mark Wood at the moment."
Yeah. You don't want it to be someone who's too injury prone that they might not play half the games.
So any England bowler ever?
Any England player ever, really?
Nah, I've never seen.
Our fitness regime must be horrendous.
For the bowlers, I think it is, but I've never seen like a batter get injured properly unless it's like hurting their hand or something.
Wood had to bowl like 4 overs injured in that Afghanistan game because we didn't have anyone else to bowl.
He was dead.
He was completely dead, and he was still our best bowler because he's quality.
Jofra Archer.
He's so much. He's better than Archer. Wood is better than Archer. He's different, but he's better in my opinion.
Yeah, but in the South Africa game, Archer got 2.
Okay, cool. Did we win the South Africa game?
No.
Which game did we actually win? We did win a game, didn't we?
No, yeah. we lost all 3.
No, we didn't.
We lost to Afghanistan, we lost to South Africa, and we lost to Australia.
We did lose all 3.
That is why Josh put us down, mate. Oh, Livingston! We haven't even mentioned Livingston for captain. He was
Can't have Livingston
he was
captain.
shocking though. He was shocking, but
I like Livingston. I'm a fan of Livingston.
he was shocking.
You know what you're getting from him. You know,
Hey,
you're getting some. His bowling is actually better than his batting. So
I forgot how much Ben Duckett carried us in the Australia game. 165 off 143.
I know he's quality. Ben Duckett is brilliant, and people doubted him.
You know what I blame?
I love him.
Joe Root took back to his old basic bowling instead of his South African T20 bowling.
He's like round the wicket, slingy arm stuff.
Yeah, he was doing that and getting.
I don't like it when he does that.
He was getting poles though in South Africa. And then he went back to the old thing in Pakistan and just ruined it. I think that's enough of
different climate, innit? Different climate, different continent.
I think that's enough of the ICC Championship. But sticking with cricket, Jimmy Anderson, age 40 odd, nearly 50,
40.
isn't he?
I think he's nearly 50. He'll kill you for that when he listens to this podcast.
I do have a signed shirt of him somewhere in my house. I feel bad.
He
has declared.
Yeah, he declared himself for the 100.
But he did also declare himself to the IPL, and I don't even think he got a sniff in.
Are you surprised?
But I feel like the 100 probably he will get picked for because
Do
he
you
is
really
an English
think so?
legend. He's an English legend.
Yeah, but they're going to have to pay him a lot. He's not going to do it for the minimum contract.
Nah. Just give him.
So you can either sign Jimmy Anderson for what 200k is one of the mid-range contracts, or you could sign someone like
Mark Wood, who will just play one game and die.
Will Smeed. You could probably sign Will Smeed for that. Tom Batman's a bit washed.
Oh.
Yeah. So to recap, India should have played in Pakistan. The ICC should be a bit more strict with that.
England
Harry
are awful.
Brook is probably the obvious choice for captain. I think that's who they'll end up going with.
And Jimmy will not be getting picked for the 100.
And we doubt Jimmy will get picked for the 100. It'll be nice to see him. If he does get picked, he'll have to be on a minimum contract. Because
Or is there a Lancashire side near there?
Lancashire.
Manchester?
Which one is Lancashire? Yeah,
Manchester?
the originals. Yeah.
And they adore him, don't they? So
Of course they do.
he might
Imagine Jimmy
get
Anderson in 100 games, steaming in from the Jimmy Anderson end.
gets a pole and walks off, going, "That's my job done."
It would be nice to see him in the 100, but I can't see it.
And also, we mentioned the 100, but the biggest T20, probably the biggest cricket event other than like the Ashes and like international things is the IPL. Or the IPL, as everyone calls it.
The IPL.
How do you think it's going to go this year? And do you think, like last year, it was like the Josh Butler IPL?
People keep pulling out of it, though, don't they? Harry Brooks just pulled out of it because he wants to focus on England, which is another reason I think he probably might be in the running for captaincy. No, I like. I don't watch it that often, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the IPL. I like it; it's great, but like T20 cricket is just not as interesting as it used to be at all. And it doesn't interest. T20 cricket is not as interesting as it used to be.
No, last year I thought it was interesting. This year it's kind of just like I can't be asked to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of T20 cricket now. It's a bit boring to me. I'd rather a 50 over or a test match.
Okay, now we're going to go on to another topic. We've spoke about cricket. I think it's time to talk about something else. We have three things on about, and then I want to talk about first.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about F1? Do you want to talk about football? Or do you want to talk about darts?
We'll talk about football. Can I kick off the football chat?
Right, guys. Welcome to the football chat. Yeah.
Oh, that has to be the intro for every single football chat we do.
Okay, we're now going to talk about football.
Can I kick off the football chat?
You've
please?
done it now, so...
Right. So, I've got a few things to say. well, a few questions to ask you. You always ask me questions, so it's my turn. So, number one question: is the title race over?
Yeah.
It's done, isn't it?
As
It's
a Man
so
United,
done.
as a Man United fan, that hurts to admit, but yeah. Liverpool
Hasn't
are
it
kind of
been done for the past month?
It's been done since the start of the season when Man City fell off.
It's been totally done. Like, and I never ever thought I'd agree with Paul Merson, but Paul Merson hit the nail on the head, and he said, if Liverpool have got to lose like about half of their remaining games, and they've only lost one all season, Arteta has completely lost his head. He stormed out of the interview the other day, which was a very funny thing to see. Don't know about you, but anyway, yeah, the title race is over. Paul Merson hit the nail on the head. Arteta's lost his head. Arsenal didn't sign a striker. It's cost them. So the other question I want to ask you is Arsenal. Where do they go? What do you think they should go for Isak in January? And do you think they'll get him if they try?
They need so many players. They don't need just more than just Isak. They need Isak. They need Ramsdale back. He's actually good.
Raya's all right. Raya's a pretty good keeper, to be fair. I'll give him credit where it's due.
They need defenders. They need midfielders. But also,
they've been hit with a few injuries, but like no more than usual.
I have a quick topic. Man United have been hit with injuries. Arsenal haven't. Man United are playing the under 21.
All the big teams have been hit with injuries, but
not Arsenal.
It's got to be managed.
Okay, can I quickly?
These players play in some cases, like 60 games a season. Did you watch the whole interview of that?
I have, and that is one thing I would like to mention right now.
It now.
This came out 20 minutes ago. Jim Ratcliffe it's reminded me a lot of the Cristiano Ronaldo interview, where like it's just going to shake up Man United.
I saw a few clips.
He has come out and said he would have rather sacked Erik ten Hag earlier to bring in Ruben Amorim. He has now said he actually named names as well, which is a sad thing. But he said some Man United players are not good enough and some are being overpaid. But
I could tell you that.
The one thing I don't get is, this is one thing I don't get. He's come in and brought more money into the club, but yet we're sacking people and spending less money. Make that make sense.
And he's still in debt.
And we're still in debt, even though he's sacking like every player and like every person in the match.
I watched Man United play Arsenal this week, and I also went to Old Trafford to watch Fulham in the FA Cup play there as well.
You put an Instagram post doing some research.
I did put an Instagram post on about research.
And then what happened to that podcast, Toby?
They were dire. They were so bad. They didn't even look like they wanted to win the game.
I'm not going to comment because I did watch it.
They never even looked like they wanted to win the game. I don't really know. Yeah, they've been hit by injuries and whatnot, but come on.
I miss Ahmed.
It didn't look like a performance of a team that were playing at home.
I miss Ahmed Diallo.
I understand why you miss him. Like, your only half decent players just aren't there anymore.
Okay, let me just read this out. Okay, Sir Jim Ratcliffe says, midfielder Casemiro, striker Rasmus Højlund, keeper Onana, winger Anthony and Sancho, who are both on loan, were name checked by a billionaire who were, as a player, they're redeemed as inherited, are either too overpaid, or they are not good enough to be at thingy. He also spoke about the Rashford departure, how backing Erik ten Hag and then hiring Dan Ashworth, and then he left as well after 5 months. Who I'm shocked that Dan Ashworth left after 5 months after his Newcastle. Is it Newcastle or Man City? He did one of them, and he was amazing there. He believes the club has come off the rails. Yes, and I feel like he is one of the problems. He's one of the main problems.
I think so too.
He also came out and said the most random comment of ever. He believes how head coach Ruben Amorim will be at the club for a long time, and with how Man United are performing, he's got a lot to prove still. He has got a lot to prove.
Yeah. He has got a lot to prove, but he's got Man U of 15th or 14th, is it?
I don't even know. I don't even look at the table anymore.
They're not anywhere near where they should be. But you have a look at their side. They've got no players of quality. They've got Bruno. I can't think of anyone else who's genuinely quality that's fit at the moment.
I can say Ahmad, but he's not fit.
Ahmad's not fit.
What's his name? Delict.
Delict
and Mazraoui.
Not massively convinced by him. I always thought from early days that Højlund was going to be a bit of a decent player. He's gone, I don't understand how he's gone as bad as he has. Because in the Champions League early on, when he first signed, he looked fantastic. He looked a really good player, and then it's just gone. Don't know where it went.
I've just read other things. He plans to deliver a new world-class stadium. I'd rather you fix...
Hold on. Go on, carry on.
1, where's the money coming from? 2, I would rather just fix it at Old Trafford, as that's literally our history. And
he also says at the end of his interview that if they didn't make the budget cuts that they have, then Man U would have no cash at the end of the year. Yet he's just said, I'm going to make it this big, massive stadium for everyone.
Yeah, we want this. We're selling loads of players at the end of the year. Mate, I think he doesn't... Ineos somehow don't have any money, but they're like the third largest company. And I feel like £1 billion is zero to him.
He'll be all right. At the end of the day, he'll have money in his pocket every week. Don't worry about that.
Football clubs run either on... I don't think there is a single football player who run on less than negative. All football clubs are in the negative somehow, but it's how they manage it.
Yeah, you're right. 100%. All the big clubs have all got massive loans that they need to pay back, but they do them so that they don't... Not many clubs, football clubs... What?
Like Chelsea have a 2 billion debt, but they're still making profit even though they're negative 2 billion. Even with their...
I don't think they'll have that much debt, but
they've
got a lot of debt. But
no, they have 2 billion because of all their players. Think about how many players they have to pay each
exactly, week. That's what they do. They do it because they sign people to massive 7-year contracts. And it works for a while, but when they want to sign a player... Well, when a player isn't good enough for them and they want to sell them, no one's going to pick up that contract, so then they'll have to pay it off themselves. That's where your problems arise.
I feel like he's just delusional because all the problems have came in since he's come in, and he's.
We talk about how Cole Palmer has got 3 goals in his last 15 games. And he's single-handedly ruining my fantasy side.
Did you captain him?
No, I captained Salah, as I always do.
One of my best mate captained Cole Palmer, after he just good performance. And now he just no longer looks at his FPL team. And I think he made him quit FPL.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. He's certainly giving me reason to think about quitting FPL.
Okay, we're on football. So we've mentioned Man United. We can mention all the other Premier League teams at the moment. So we mentioned Man United. Any other Premier League or like teams you want to mention?
None really jumped out this weekend, to be fair. All the results were pretty normal. I will actually like to mention, shout out to the one person who in Super 6 put that Arsenal were going to beat PSV 7-1, by the way. That
did
is
see that.
absolute aura. And they got 10 grand for it, which I think is the least that they deserved. They should have got like 100 grand for it. That was crazy.
I feel like he would definitely put it as like a dare as well. He put it like just like something stupid.
It was probably one of them ones where someone reminds you to do Super 6 at like 2:58, and then you're like, oh my god, and you just put in like 3-0, 8-0, 4-0, 5-0.
You're saying this like you've done it before.
Super 6. I do Super 6 every week. I'm on a 31-week streak, I think.
I used to do it with my uncle and you, and then I've just stopped because I forgot about the app.
It's really, there's no downside to it. I'm not promoting gambling, but it's not really gambling.
Wait, you know what we need to do? You know what we need to do, and hopefully we can get a sponsor for this. Me and you, and we get some more other people to do La Bombe. Have you seen that? It's like a betting app between your friends. So you can like put
I haven't seen that.
You put like £5 and £10 into a pot, and then at the end of the week, each person wins the pot, and then the money go to the gambling people. So just a betting.
That sounds pretty interesting.
So me and you need to get some people to get into La Bombe, and just like do that.
Let's do that.
I will message you about it later. Okay.
All right, cool.
You wanted to talk about the Arsenal Man United game because you went. We can wait for this till the game starts. I've got some stuff to say about it. So I'm handing you the reins.
Did I?
You said you wanted to talk about the Arsenal Man United game and something about the Bruno free kick or something like that.
Oh, yeah. So I saw the clip that we're doing the rounds about the fact that Sky Sports measured the free kick and that a wall should be 10 yards away and that the wall, in fact, was actually 11.2. Now, that looks bad on the referee because it genuinely does give Bruno an advantage that the wall is farther back than it should be, because it doesn't mean that he's got to get the ball up and over. He can hit it flatter if he doesn't, you know what I mean? If the wall is further away, he can hit it flatter because he doesn't have to get it up and over the wall. He just has to get it over and in. But Arsenal fans just complain about anything they possibly can. And it's very entertaining to watch them complain about it. Because they've all lost their heads. Arteta's lost his head. All of the Arsenal players have lost their head. Declan Rice was shushing the crowd at 1-1 against 15th in the league in a team that are challenging for the title.
Yeah, yeah. Man United definitely got into the Arsenal head, and we can't even see the top 10.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
We can't even see top 10, and we got into Arsenal. We got into Arsenal's biggest players' heads, and it was so funny.
I like Declan Rice. I think he's a good footballer, but I think Martin Odegaard's been awful as a captain and a role model. I think
Ugarte got into Declan Rice's head so early on in that game as well.
I didn't even know that Ugarte was playing that, and I watched the full game.
Was it Ugarte or was it Bruno? Who was the one that's like chirping at him?
I think it might have been Bruno. It's usually Bruno, innit?
We're going to cut that out because Ugarte's injured. It was Bruno.
Yeah.
And it says in the comments, Bruno chirps. Also, can we just talk about Heaven's game quickly? That second half of Heaven.
Yeah, he looked good.
He came from Arsenal and he was shushing the crowd.
He did look good. And he made that tackle and everyone was like, oh, what a good tackle. And it was a good tackle, but people were like almost taking the mick out of it, saying that Man U had won because Heaven made that tackle. And it was like, no, it's just a good tackle. And a young lad getting passionate in football is what you want. And he looked pretty good. He came on in the FA Cup game against Fulham, and I think he looked pretty good there as well.
It can show you how much Arsenal didn't treat him very well when he was desperate to win that game.
Yeah.
It can just show you how badly Arsenal treated him when he was fully like shushing the Arsenal fans and stuff.
now can we move on to the best team in the world?
Yes, let's move on to Crystal Palace versus Millwall. And
What? Oh yeah, rest in peace, Jean-Philippe. Because that man is not with us anymore, I don't think.
he messaged to say he was okay. He's fine. He's not dead.
Yeah, I'm glad he's okay. So,
Wait. I would love to hear your verdict of the foul and how you think everything went. Then I'll give you mine, because I think that there might be about an hour-long conversation about this. Okay, Toby, what is your opinion on Liam Roberts' tackle on Jean-Philippe Mateta?
it was a red card on a football field and a 3-month prison sentence on the street. That's what it was. It was. And I had this discussion with my dad as well. And because I said, because he got a 6-game ban for it. So he got the 3 games and an extra 3 games. Now, I had the discussion and I thought, okay, that's a bit harsh because he was going for the ball. Like, he was sort of going for the ball. I don't know whether he thought Mateta's face was the ball for a second, but in the heat of the moment, big FA Cup ties, people can mistake balls and faces, I'm sure. But
yeah, all the FA Cups we've been in, yeah.
It was a moment of madness, and he came out and apologised, and he got a lot of hate for it, and I felt a bit bad for him, to be honest, because he clearly didn't mean to do it. Like, give the bloke a break. He came out and he said, "I'm sorry." But the 6-game ban, I'm not sure it should have been 6 games. I think you probably could have just left it at 3, because there was no intent, there was no malice in it. Like, you probably could have just left it at 3. But I understand why they put it up to 6. What was your view on it?
I'm going to say...
If you're going to sit here and say that it's not a foul...
It's a foul. It's a foul and it's a red card on the day.
On the day? What day of the week would it not be You'd get a red card in Sunday League for it. A shocker of a tackle.
It's a red card on the day it happened, yes.
Wow.
It's not that bad though. He committed for the ball.
It's not that bad. Mateta's still breathing. He might have to eat his food for a tube for the rest of his life, but he's all right.
He was going for the ball. 1, 2. You could see the intent. He's staring at the ball the whole time. It's fine.
You can see the intent. You can see the murderous intent in his eyes as he runs towards Mateta with his boot in the air.
I think 3-game ban, yes. 6-game ban.
I think 3-game ban.
Too much.
I think 6-game ban is probably too much. I think if they upped it to 4, maybe.
No, 3-game ban, and then having to pay
8-month prison sentence.
No, having to pay Mateta at least 10 grand.
What, for facial reconstruction surgery?
NHS bills.
Got to get Mateta's plastic surgeon on the phone.
Sorry, lad. Sorry about your face, but here's some money.
Mateta's going to come back. Mateta's going to come back from injury with a full head of hair because he's gone to Turkey and got a full-on transplant with the money that this bloke's given him.
That's why he's about to join like Galatasaray.
Yeah. Mateta's proper old school Barclays striker as well, and I love him. Jean-Philippe.
Liam Roberts is also an old Barclays keeper. If you're not on about the tackle.
Yeah, the tackle was proper Joey Barton like, and we're big haters of Joey Barton over here.
Oh, especially after what he put about on Saturday about the Sidemen Cherry match. Called them all like.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't know if we can say this, but I'm going to say it because I'm reading his tweet. He put Retardio, El Spastico, who let the fat kid with the bandana on the hollow grass. Yeah. I used
to. We'll discuss this because the Sidemen Cherry match was on the agenda to be discussed actually. So I think the Sidemen Cherry match, when it first came out, I was like, oh, how useless is this? Like, it's useless. It's not entertaining. It's not like anything. But It's not about that. It's literally not about that at all. It's not about it. You want it to be entertaining, obviously, because people go and pay their money to go and watch it. But at the end of the day, it's about raising money for charity, and they raised almost $5 million for charity. And who is not on board with that? Like,
here you go. I have some facts about it. Yeah. Okay.
go on. Do you want to quiz me? Should we do a mid-Sideman charity match quiz?
I can do a quiz, and I can do a 3-question quiz quickly.
Go on then. Let me see if I can get.
How much money did they raise to the exact number?
Was it? I think it was about 4,777,330 something, wasn't it?
Not 30. It was 304. Oh. That was purely based off donations on the day. By the way, that wasn't.
So that was no ticket sales or anything.
No ticket sales. No, like the Prime donating like 70 grand based on the penalty scores at the end. That's take away like the stream money they're gonna get, the highlight money they're gonna get.
Oh, the donations. Yeah.
So there's 4 million. Okay, who sold out Wembley quicker? Taylor Swift. Actually, no, please rank these in the order, because I actually have a ranking order. Taylor Swift, Eras Tour, Wembley. FA Cup, Man United, Man City, 2024. Sidemen Charity Match, 2025. Peterborough versus... Why is this in the list? Peterborough versus...
Well, I'm going to take a punt and put Peterborough last.
Peterborough versus
I don't
Wickham.
think they'll have sold out at all.
We sold 27,000.
Probably about 80,000. 27,000.
That was
between
Peterborough
both teams?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's low.
A Mickey Mouse trophy that Wrexham were very happy to go to Wembley for until they lost.
Yeah. Then I'm going to go... I'm probably going to go the FA Cup.
You will be correct. So you have Taylor Swift. You have Taylor Swift Eras Tour and the Sidemen Charity Match.
Oh my god! I'm going to go Sidemen. I'm going to go Sidemen Charity Match is number 1. It's sold out the quickest, and Taylor Swift sold out the second quickest.
Yes. Sidemen Charity Match sold out quicker than the Taylor Swift Eras Tour.
How much were the Sidemen Charity Match tickets, though?
17 quid per ticket.
That's why.
And there were...
What a brilliant idea that is. Because, realistically, they could have charged like 30 quid a ticket, but they wouldn't get their stadium full. So they've picked a decent price, what people are willing to pay.
I can tell you, I was in the queue.
If you're a kid and you like all the YouTubers and whatnot, then...
I was in the queue.
It's entertaining, isn't it?
I was in the queue for it, and I was about 170,000th in the queue, and
wow.
I think the queue went to about 400. I think the queue went to about 400,000 people in the queue, and it's like I gave up. I just saw the number and gave up, and I clicked it again. I was like 500,000. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I don't know why I left. I don't know why I left in the first place. But yeah. It's just a good way, raising money, having some fun, and proving that YouTube is more important than like Sky and BBC at the end of the day.
And it's for a good cause at the end of the day, isn't it? And that's what it's all about.
Do you think BBC
it's a charity match. It's not. It's like a soccer aid. Like, you don't watch soccer aid and expect quality football. You watch soccer aid because it's entertaining to watch people who aren't that good at football play football on one of the biggest stages.
Plus, the Sidemen also plus all the Sidemen banned actual footballers from going playing because they wanted bad keepers. They wanted just you want goals
and you want However, I will say that some of the comments made by
Joey Barton.
By some of the Sidemen before the game, where they were saying stuff like, if Speed scores at Wembley, it'll be the loudest Wembley's ever cheered. They were quite stupid.
No, but did you not hear it though? It was very loud.
Yeah, it was
got-
loud, but have you never
They-
seen Bobby Zamora score for QPR in the playoff final?
No, but they measured it and they said it was about the same as. Who was it? Who scored the final goal? Luke Shaw. They said Speed Sue was the same loudness of Luke Shaw.
Absolutely, I am not having that.
They generally measured it. Wembley generally measured it and put it on Twitter. Look at Twitter.
A lie, surely.
Okay, now moving to the greatest club in the world, and also sticking with Wembley. Peterborough are going to Wembley April 13th. No, that's wrong.
Did you get tickets in the end?
They don't go on sale until next Monday.
So I've still got time to think about if I want to come or not.
You are coming, yes. I booked Saturday off purely to go.
How is it? April 13th? Did you say?
Yeah,
That's the week before my cricket season begins.
it's the day my cricket season starts. Oh, it's a Peterborough Wembley.
Anyway.
Peterborough Wembley. You minded me very muchly for the Wrexham game where we got semi-final. For some comments I made. Yeah, for some comments I made on the Instagram.
What did you say?
To a DM to a
Oh,
Wrexham
yes,
fan.
I did, yeah. You can't be trash talking people in the flibble and dribble DMs.
Can I quickly just read them out though, just because they were quite good. They were quite good. No, they're not. None of them are rude.
Fine.
I think it's some of my best work. Oh. I sent a picture to a Wrexham fan and put finals aren't for everyone. And then he put enjoy League 2 next season. He was very salty and and then I messaged him after it and he was like, "Oh, we didn't want to go anyway." You would think all the Wrexham fans were singing "K Sarah Sarah" when the Peterborough final goal went in. You know the K Sarah Sarah we're going to Wembley chant? They were singing it as the Peterborough strikers
It was a late
scored the last goal.
It was a late goal, wasn't it?
Is how Peterborough leave it? No. And then for the captain to step up and score the final penalty. Oh, it was a great penalty as well. I ran around my work. Plus,
big balls to do that.
Plus, they were calling it the Disney final because it's Tom Brady. It would have been Tom Brady versus of Robert Lenny and Ryan Reynolds, and then up come the mighty Posh and ruin what Sky wanted.
The Darren Ferguson Barmy Army.
Darren Ferguson, Darren McAnthony, Barry Fry. Pick up the Barry Fry.
Barry Fry, Stephen's brother.
We get Barry Fry back at Wembley, back in his little shirt. He'll turn up in his posh Range Rover. He'll park over 2 spots again. He won't care. I know there's already ex-players saying they're going. Tickets aren't even out yet.
Yeah, but they'll buy the hospitality ones, or they'll be part of Wembley Club.
Yeah, they'll be where I sat last year. So that's where all of them sat last year.
When's the final? It's not until next month, is it?
April 13th.
Okay, we can talk about it more when it gets to it.
Plus, I was also leaving.
It's always nice when a club that doesn't usually get to Wembley goes to Wembley. Like we played.
I would have to go.
Not last year, the year before. Chesterfield played the playoff final of the National League at Wembley, and we lost. But it's a nice day out to go to Wembley when you never usually get to go there. And you look at the stands, and I think we must have got 25, maybe 30,000 in if we were lucky. So you can understand, maybe don't play at Wembley because you could play it at a different ground with like a 30 grand capacity, and if you play it in if you play it in a 30,000 seat stadium and it's sold out, probably sounds better than it does in a 90,000 capacity when it's a third full or whatever.
Look, I have a fact about last year's. What's it called last year? It's called the Virtue Trophy year. We called it that this year. I can't remember what it was last year.
Was it called the Bristol Street Motors Trophy?
That's it, Bristol Street Motors. I have a fact. Peterborough went in and spent all like the extra 10 grand on getting the changing room done, getting all the names on the back, getting the picture on the back of them,
Going all in for it.
going all in, paid the extra 10, 15 grand for it. Whereas Wickham didn't. Wickham just saw it as another game. They didn't pay for the extra stuff. They got all the kit man to do it themselves. And I think that's what cost Wickham the thing. Because they didn't really want it as much because they just thought it was another game. Whereas Peterborough knew it was the final.
Well, I guess it's a psychological thing, isn't it? If you go in and you want to be, it's partly why teams' home form is so much better than away form. Usually, is because you feel comfortable in your own home dressing room than you do in an away dressing room. And obviously, when you go to Wembley and no one plays their home games at Wembley, so it's sort of alien for both teams. But if you've got names on backs of shirts, numbers on backs of shirts, it might, and like set spots in the changing room, it feels a bit more at home and a bit more normal.
Yeah, another reason I want to go, because last year I went. Of course, I was with my mate who played for Peterborough at the time, and I was absolutely wetting myself, like pooing myself all day. And then to see him score the final, like the final goal, the excitement, and then like the downfall of, oh, he's gone now, and I won't get all that stuff again. but I would love just to go to Wembley. The one thing I kind of miss is I want to go to Wembley and sit in like an actual Wembley seat, watch it with actually like the actual fans rather than players.
Part of the ultras.
I want to go with the actual fans there. That's one thing I kind of wish I did, but I didn't get to do. I just want, and then all my mates.
There's something totally different about going to a football game and watching it than there is watching one on telly.
Yeah. Plus, there's also something massively different watching it in the actual fans and watching it in the posh seats. Like where I was sat, I wasn't even allowed to wear a Peterborough shirt because there was some.
That's a
Wickham,
disgrace.
Because there's some Wickham people there. It's like
disgraceful.
Yeah, but that's really want to go. Get my Peterborough shirt out again. Give you a signed one. No, I wouldn't give you the signed one.
Thanks, mate.
I'll give you the borrowed one. Isn't signed.
I'll have any of them.
And then ask you
when Chesterfield go to Wembley, I'll give you one of my Chesterfield shirts.
It won't fit me.
That's true.
I would literally.
I think we've talked about. Have we finished football?
No, we've got one more thing.
Oh, we didn't talk about. Is it what I think it is?
There's been a team on a very, very bad form recently. That I think you would agree on as well. They've been in bad form.
So I've got a little. Yeah.
Wait. Would you answer the question first? Have they been on a bad form?
Yeah, they've been dire.
But then this weekend, they finally won a game in about 5 weeks, in it? 6 weeks?
I think we've won 2 of the last 11, so it might have been 3 of the last 12 now.
There you go. And this week they won a game. I'm trying to build it up like a YouTube.
We did.
And that team.
We did win a game.
What team is that, Toby?
The mighty Spyrites, Chesterfield FC. We did win, and we won quite well. We played all right. However, I will say this: I'm going to. So this will probably is this going out Friday or Saturday, or whenever we can get it out.
I'm gonna hope it comes out Friday because I've got Friday off.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to Notts County this weekend to go and watch them play.
Yeah, have fun there.
And
man.
I said, I'm going with my cousin, and I said, I would happily give the money that it costs me to buy a ticket to not go. I don't want to go and watch us play football because we're so bad at the moment. We had a great game on Saturday. We played really well. We did okay. We've got a new striker, Pebble, who's been brilliant. He was unlucky last week as well. We lost 3-1 to Crew. Yeah, Pebble or whatever his name is. Whatever his name is. Amarim Bin Pebble.
You got it from Southend. Pebble.
Get his first name up and try and pronounce it.
Arabin Pepple.
No, that's not his full name.
Arabin Pepple.
That is not his name.
Arabin Pepple.
Go on his Wikipedia and get it. Then you'll realise the struggle.
I want to ask you one question. You have signed a great winger in Michael Olakikbe.
Michael Olakikbe?
Yeah, that's his name, thank you.
What, the Brentford loanee?
Yeah, he was at Peterborough last year and he was sick.
He was pretty good, to be fair. I like him. He's very direct and he tries to take people on, which is what you want from a winger, and he does run. But he's another one that's probably not fit.
He's been on your bench for the past 3 weeks, mate.
I quite like him. He's not quite Dylan Markande, who we had to let go in January, but he's good. Anyway, that's the Chesterfield talk over.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Okay, coming this Sunday would probably my third favourite sport. Something I will never miss. Something I will stay up till 4 a.m. in the morning to watch. Something I definitely annoyed Toby with for the last 3 years talking about. Which I think he can definitely agree with that. I've annoyed him talking about it a lot.
I don't mind it. I go through phases where I think it's the worst sport in the world, and then I go through phases where I'll be like, yeah, I'm really into this. We're obviously talking about F1. Now, I can't really...
talk about it.
No, not really. I don't mind talking about F1, but I just think there's
many notes.
Half the time I just think there's not a lot to talk about.
Okay. We have...
I can't get my head round like the whole aero stuff and everything, so like what am I meant to talk about?
Don't worry,
who can drive that the quickest?
That's Adrian Newey stuff, man, that's fine. Who's now one that's the mine. Okay, firstly, we had that whole O2 Arena thing with Jack Whitehall when they announced the cars. I think Jack Whitehall's a great commentator. Made it funny. But two,
I have got a lot to say about that.
They literally rented out the O2, and no cars look different from last year. Maybe there's like... It was
the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. The whole thing. It looked completely... It was completely unorganised. None of the drivers wanted to be there.
Ooh.
I have something to add to that. What was going on?
I have something to add to that. You know what was unorganised? The only bit that F1 F1 organised of that was like the Jack Whitehall in between bits. All the car reveal bit where here you go, you have 5 minutes, announce your car, and handed to the teams. That's why.
Well, the teams should have sorted that out.
Yeah,
it was a stupid idea to have in the first place, and I don't think they'll have it next year.
I think they will, but I feel like F1 might take over a little bit more and direct the team more, because you had.
Well, that's what they need to do, because it is F1. It's not O2 or.
No, but they gave the teams too much freedom.
Too much, yeah, okay.
Because you had like Aston Martin, who used the whole 5 minutes on like Aston Martin and then announced the car. But then you had like McLaren, who had Martin Brindle just come out talking, interview, announced the car, let them talk about it. Which I think Aston Martin was worst, even though they had like all the extravagant bit. But then like these are cash out racing balls with Munya Chihuahua.
These are cash out Red Bull.
No, Racing Bulls. It's the second team.
Oh, sorry, Racing Bulls.
I think they're like Munya thing, just going around asking all the team people to say the name and then announcing the people. I think that was the best one. Just because they incorporated the team and then people.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Okay.
But big news about it as well. 2026. There's going to be...
Jump in the Cadillac, girl, let's put some miles on it.
Which is a good thing because more F1 drivers, but it's a bad
I'm
thing
a big
because,
fan of that.
but it's a
but
bad thing because
Cadillac are another American team.
it's an American team, and are they going to do what Haas did and just like focus on being American, bringing in old people?
Yeah, and
into-
imagine the duo of Latifi and Sargent.
Not even that. It's
I know
more gonna be
Latifi's Canadian.
It's not going to be that. It's going to be like Perez, old driver. Let me about Perez and just. I can't be asked to see Perez back. Okay, here we go. I've got a question for you. As an F1 fan, I'm going to quiz you on all your F1 knowledge. So,
Okay, I'm not brilliant, but I'll do my best.
no, basically, this is like a pro asking a noob about. This is basically.
I'm not
like
a noob.
This is me asking Ninja how to play Fortnite. No, this is like Ninja asking
Low
me how to play
taper
Fortnite.
fade.
Okay.
Imagine if Toby got a low taper fade. Imagine if Toby got a low taper fade.
Okay, so who do you think will win the Drivers' Championship this year? We're going to do predictions.
Gotta be my boy, Isaac Hadja.
Okay, now can I have a serious
No.
answer, please?
It's
We're doing
Max in it.
You're going for Max? What's that?
Who else could it be? It's either Max or Lando.
You're going. What's it?
And I think it's Max.
I don't
Don't
think
think Max can
I
be
don't
beaten.
think the Red Bulls have a good car this year.
Okay. But Max is the best driver.
Okay, I think he's just a dangerous driver, but okay.
Yeah, but he's a good, dangerous driver.
My choice, because they accidentally showed the car's pace by accident. Oscar Piastri. I'm going for Lando Norris as driver champion because
I think that's a
Oscar
answer.
Piastri accidentally let the car rip a little bit, and Lando Norris led and got told, "Put your foot down," and they were like 20 kilometers per hour faster than any other car. Who do you think will be the fastest car this year? Who will be most points this year?
As in the constructors?
Yeah, the constructors.
McLaren. Yeah, I think it'll be quite similar to what it was last year.
By the way, we're doing predictions, and we're going to come back to these in December, hopefully, if we're still doing this podcast, which we will be, because I'm going to kick your ass and make sure we do this.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll also do the same with Prem when it comes back in May.
Yeah, good idea.
August. Okay, who do you think will be the rookie of the year? I can name the rookies if you need to.
Well, are we counting Lawson?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say he's raced.
I'm also not going to call. I'm also personally.
Can you count Behrman?
I'm not going to. Cause
Really, he was my choice.
Yeah, but he's too good to be.
You know how I like my Haas.
I know
He's
you
only
like that.
raced twice in F1.
More than that.
He raced for Ferrari and for Haas.
More than twice though. I got Behrman wrong.
I swear he's only raced twice.
He went to school near me.
If he's only raced twice, surely he's not a rookie. Surely he is a rookie. If not, I'm going to go with Antonelli.
My choice was Antonelli.
I think Antonelli will be good. He'll learn a lot from Toto and George.
Yeah, he'll learn.
Not that George is the best teammate.
He will learn a lot from Toto. Yes, I agree with that. We're going to quickly just pause purely because I just got a notification lagging while not on the thing. Okay. Behrman did 1, 2, but he did more.
Yeah. So I'm going to go. Behrman
I am going to take away Behrman's request of doing 2. He did do 2. So you're going to go for Behrman. I'm going to go for Antonelli. Do you know why?
He would have been my second choice. So
The Mercedes looks good. And when Toto tells you to slow down because you're going too quickly in the car, I think you're going to do all right. Okay. 2 more things. Do you think there are going to be any drivers' changes throughout the year?
Ooh.
I'm saying there's going to be 1.
So, the only one I can think of being would be if Lawson does not perform at Red Bull, they'll push one of the V-carbs up to...
Which one, Hajar or Yuki? Because they had a chance to bring Yuki up.
It'll be Yuki.
Yuki only
I think they like Yuki.
No, I don't think they do.
They're not quite ready for him, are they?
I don't think they do because he spent... Do you think Lawson's only done 6 races?
He has been there a long time, hasn't he? But Lawson's quality.
You know who I think? I think that Alpine are going to swap Jack Doohan for Colapinto. They signed Colapinto.
So that would be a good move. Colapinto's great.
I think they can do that mid-season if Jack Doohan isn't... I think they're going to do it at the start of the season if Jack Doohan isn't too good.
Yeah, maybe. They're pretty ruthless, aren't they, F1 teams, to be fair?
Okay, last thing. Who do you think is going to underperform this year?
I could do overperform. What, are we talking driver or constructor?
No, driver. Who do you think is going to do basically like worse than they should?
Hamilton.
You think he's going to do worse?
Yeah. I don't think he'll be as good as people think he will be. He's going to have a bit of a bad one.
I've also gone
for the car.
I've also gone for the Ferrari.
You gone for Charles?
I think Charles isn't going to like the number 2 spot.
I don't think he has the number 2 spot.
He does.
We discussed this. We discussed this in the first episode.
Wait, no,
I think he'll still be number 1.
No, they've announced all the splits. Lando has a 60-40 split with Oscar. Kimi and George have a 70-30, which is a lot higher for Kimi than people thought. Lawson and Verstappen, have a 95-5, which which is shocking. It's shocking, but makes sense when they suck his dick all day. Hello, Christian Horner. We do not want you on this podcast.
Please cut that out.
Christian Horner, we do not want you on this podcast.
I don't think he's listening. Can I have some money, please? Thank you. Big Christian Horner hate.
And then Charles Leclerc and Lewis have a 55-45, but it still means that Lewis is the more driver because he got more pull.
Yeah. So underperforming Hamilton for me.
Overperforming.
Big man. Gotta be Alexander Albon. That Williams car, they said in testing that it was quick and they could be up there. I think Alex Albon could get his first win this year. I've got a feeling.
Not Carlos Sainz.
Both of them. I think both of them will be good. But I think Albon will be really good.
Do you know who I'm going to go for? Nico Hülkenberg.
Oh, I forgot he was even racing.
Him in that Sauber.
He's good.
He's showing Audi what they're going to get, I think.
Yeah. He's a bit old.
He's got Gabriele Bortotelli next to him, who just won F2. He's quick. But Nico Hülkenberg, he got that Haas. He got a tractor. He got a tractor. He got a tractor above Max Verstappen in one race last year.
Bring back Gunther, that's all I'm saying.
Gunther Steiner, you just smashed my fucking door. Sorry, Max.
He just smash my door.
He did not fucking smash my door and get away with it. Come back here. You're poor fucking shit drivers. Get over it. We're getting rid of you at the end of the season. That turned out of German into a different language completely.
999.
Hang. Change technicality. Sorry.
No. The face cam is recording.
That's not audio only.
Oh,
Video won't be recorded. Thank the fucking Lord.
Right,
Okay. I got red when you said that.
are we done? I want to
no.
go to bed, please.
We've got one more thing. It's only 9 o'clock. Wake up, you little wanker.
Yeah, I'm tired, man. Actually,
One
I can
more
have a bit
thing.
of a lie-in in the morning.
We have one more thing. Moving on to the last topic of the Flibble and Dribble podcast. Mine and Toby's favourite sport? To play when we're not on the cricket pitch.
180!
4.
Yeah, big fan.
I just want to...
I hate Luke Littler. I'm just coming out with it. I absolutely despise the bloke.
What, because you hate
him
that?
anymore.
You hate the fact he's won 3 things in a
No,
row?
I just dislike him massively.
Why?
He's great at darts. He's fantastic at darts. Yeah, he's brilliant. I don't like him. I hate him.
You don't like the fact
Just something about him.
You don't like the fact he went Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, all winning.
No. Well, I don't. Because, one, and I called this because I was coming on the way back from Fulham, and I said
Fulham
that I watched Wade beat Humphreys, and it was a tight game, and I said, what Wade will do in this final is he'll either take it really close and he'll win at the end, or he'll get absolutely demolished by Littler, and he got demolished because that's what Wade does, and he's quality, Wade.
You don't like,
and he made it through to the.
You have to.
I don't mind his antics on stage. Because he backs it up with his darts. But it's just something about him being so like cocky, and I just don't like it. I like an underdog, and he's not the underdog at the moment.
Did you see his face against Decker? He got 170. He hit triple 20, and then pulled the weirdest face.
Yeah, and then he was going to go for it, but then he set himself up, didn't he?
He set himself up. He's like, "Nah, I can't do it." I feel like if he just
boring.
If he didn't think about it, he could have hit that. It was
if you're gonna be a showman, be a showman all the time. Don't pick and choose when to do it because it doesn't work then. If you're gonna be rogue and you're gonna be a showman, do it all the time. Because it works then.
I feel like the face he pulled proved he was a showman because he was showing off by pulling that face. He just knew he could hit it.
Yeah, he was, to be fair. And Decker had a good tournament, to be fair. He played quite well. He knocked Humphreys out, I think.
I love. When was it? The Premier League or the UK Open? Stop whistling!
Yeah, they don't like the whistlers. It's probably the UK Open because it was in Butlins, Minehead.
Why do they do it in Butlins though?
What a brilliant place! Imagine booking a holiday to Butlins on that weekend and not knowing that the UK Open's on there.
But also, like Luke Littler, Van Gogh, are not staying in Butlins. Maybe like James Wade might be.
Imagine.
James Wade
loves a Butlins. James Wade actually just lives at Butlins, and he has to travel to all of his games.
Stephen Bunting might be living in a Butlins, but Luke Littler, Luke Humphreys were earning £1 million last year, not staying in a Butlins.
Stephen Butlins.
Who's doing right? Josh Rock shouts like a Butlin holiday guy.
Josh Rock just looks like a Butlins tour guide.
Hello, this is Butlins. That's where you stay. That's where you shit. That's where you stay. That's where you shit.
Welcome to Butlins. Watch this 9 data.
Oh, you picked the perfect week. You're staying in the same. You're staying in the same flat as Stephen Bunting.
I'm not kidding. Like, this is slightly rogue. Which dart player do you think drops the sweatiest farts?
Look, Littler, kebab man, or Van Gogh.
It's either Littler or Rock.
Or Van Gogh.
Josh Rock looks like he He's an absolute menace.
Nah, Van
He
Gogh.
Josh Rock looks like he farts under his sheets, lifts his sheets up and dies.
No, Van Gogh looks like the guy who would fart in his wife's face. You know, come here, love. Shh.
He just. Have you seen his children? He looks exactly like them.
Oh,
He's such a baby.
He's breeding himself, basically.
He doesn't actually. He just multiplies. He doesn't actually have any children. They're just all copies of his own body.
Stephen Bunting told his kid that he could play darts, and
my god! I have never seen a dad look so much like a son. Stephen Bunting. They're the same person. They literally are.
Yeah, have you ever seen a dad go, yeah, you're good at darts, mate, and just see an absolutely awful dart player? His son cannot throw a dart.
Him. I love Bunting, and he's had a torrid time in the Premier League, actually, hasn't he, recently?
He's
not been great. He's not won a game yet.
Nathan Aspinall somehow has been better than him.
I had Aspinall to finish bottom.
Same.
I'm ruining that at the moment because Aspinall's been pretty good.
He always shows up though.
But you know what you get from Aspinall. Half the time he's all right, and half the time he's rubbish. So
he never shows up for like the World Championship, but then just shows up for the Premier League. It's so weird.
He's not a massive big stage player, is he? Really?
He's not.
People like Cross. Cross is a big stage player, great player, really hard to beat.
No, he's
and the fact there were 2 9-darters on Thursday as well.
He's proving you the Butlin.
Cross
man.
And Humphreys.
He's proving you the Butlin man.
Oh my God, Rob Cross does look like a Butlin's entertainer. Thank you. That is it for another week of the Flibble and Dribble podcast. We'd like to thank you all for your continued support. You can follow us on Instagram. Thank you. Please. Calm down, peasants. We'd like to thank you all for your continued support. We're sorry that this has taken as long as it has, but we're planning on going back to uploading every week. Well, yeah. I say we're planning on going back to it as if we actually done it in the first place. But
Toby, when is the next podcast going to be?
Friday, the 21st of March.
And I'm going to hold him to this, by the way. I'm going to do the puppy dog eyes in the Snapchat pictures. I'm going to doing guilty again. I'm not going to talk to him for 2 days again.
Yeah, you did make me feel really guilty. Anyway, Instagram, Flibble and Dribble. Email us any questions, flibbleanddribble@gmail.com.
Okay, but anyway, thank you for listening. Flibble and Dribble on Instagram, flibbleanddribble@gmail.com. I have been Dribble.
And I have been Flibble.
And he's actually here for once. So we're gonna end this recording. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.